James Thornton was once a name that commanded respect in the business world. He had built his company from the ground up, transforming it into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. People admired him, his family took pride in his achievements, and life seemed perfect. But, as life often does, things took an unexpected turn. One economic downturn was all it took to bring everything crashing down. A series of poor investments, an unpredictable market, and the betrayal of a close business partner left him bankrupt. His empire crumbled overnight. His once spacious office was now empty, his staff was gone, and creditors lined up to reclaim what was owed to them. At home, the reality was even harsher. Bills piled up, debt collectors called daily, and his wife and children struggled to adjust to their new circumstances. James, who had once been a symbol of success, now felt like a failure. The weight of responsibility pressed down on him like a crushing force, suffocating him with guilt and shame. Anxiety consumed his nights, leaving him restless. He spent hours staring at the ceiling, wondering how he had let everything slip through his fingers. One evening, James wandered aimlessly through the city. He ended up on an old park bench where he used to sit as a young man, dreaming about his future. Now, all those dreams felt shattered. He clenched his fists, his mind racing with thoughts of giving up. As he sat there, lost in despair, an elderly man took a seat beside him. The man had a calm demeanor, and his face was lined with wisdom. He noticed James's distress and spoke gently. "You look like a man carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders." James sighed. "I lost everything. My business, my fortune, my respect. I don't know how to go on." The old man nodded, as if he had heard this story before. "Tell me, when you were a child learning to ride a bicycle, how many times did you fall?" James frowned. "Too many times to count." "And what did you do each time?" "I got back up." The old man smiled. "So why is this any different?" James stared at him, stunned by the simplicity of the words. But before he could respond, the old man continued. "There is a special kind of bamboo tree that grows in China. When a farmer plants its seed, he waters it daily and takes care of it. However, for the first 4 years, nothing happened. There is no sprout, no sign of life. People laugh at the farmer, calling him foolish for wasting his time. But he does not give up. Then, in the 5th year, something incredible happens. The bamboo shoots up nearly 80 feet in just 6 weeks. The old man looked at James and asked, "Did the bamboo grow in 6 weeks or in 5 years?" James thought for a moment. In 5 years, it had been growing underground, developing roots. "Exactly," the old man said. "You see, the hardest moments in life are when your roots are growing. It feels like nothing is happening, but beneath the surface, you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future. This is your underground phase, James. What you do now will determine how tall you will rise when your time comes." James left the park that night with a new sense of purpose. He realized that he had been too focused on his loss and had forgotten one important truth. He still had his knowledge, experience, and ability to rebuild. Instead of drowning in self-pity, he decided to take small steps. He started working part-time at a local business to make ends meet while brainstorming new business ideas. He reconnected with old mentors, sought guidance, and read books on resilience and entrepreneurship. Every day, he took action no matter how small to move forward. The road was not easy. There were days when anxiety returned and doubt whispered in his ear. However, he remembered the bamboo tree. Each setback was just a phase of growth. After months of relentless effort, something incredible happened. James launched a new business, this time with wisdom and caution. He focused on a niche that he understood deeply, avoiding the mistakes of his past. Slowly but surely, success returned, not as a sudden windfall, but as a steady, meaningful progression. More importantly, he was no longer the same man. He had learned to handle adversity, to embrace failure as part of the journey, and to trust that even in the darkest moments, he was still growing. Years later, James found himself at a business seminar, sharing his story with aspiring entrepreneurs. As he spoke, he recognized the same hopelessness in some of their eyes that he once felt. He smiled and shared the lesson of the bamboo tree. If you are struggling right now, If life has knocked you down, remember this: your roots are growing. You may not see it yet, but every effort you make, every lesson you learn, is strengthening you for the future. Tough times don't last, but strong people do. Keep going, and one day, you'll rise higher than you ever imagined. The audience listened in silence, absorbing every word. Somewhere in that room, someone who was on the verge of giving up decided to keep going, just like James had. Life is unpredictable. It will test you, break you, and push you to the edge. But in those moments, remember that growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Whenever you feel lost, think of James. Think of the bamboo tree. And most importantly, remember the strength that lies within you, waiting for the right moment to rise. No matter how hard it gets, never stop believing in your ability to rebuild. Because your story is not over yet. Whether the source of disruption in your life is a global emergency, a personal tragedy, or both, going through difficult times can take a heavy toll on your mood, health, and outlook. It can leave you feeling helpless and overwhelmed by stress and anxiety. You may be grieving deeply for what you have lost, facing conflicting emotions, or feeling uncertain about how to move forward. You might even think that your life is completely out of control and that you are powerless to influence what happens next. While it's impossible to avoid sorrow, adversity, or distress in life, there are ways to help navigate these challenges and regain a sense of control. Resilience is the ability to cope with loss, change, and trauma, which are inevitable parts of life, even during extraordinary times. Building resilience can help you better adapt to life-changing events, manage turbulent times, and recover from hardship and tragedy. Focus on the things that are within your control. Make a list of everything you cannot control and give yourself permission to stop worrying about those aspects. Instead, concentrate on the actions that you can take. Reflecting on past instances where you've successfully dealt with uncertainty and change can help you better accept your current situation. By allowing yourself to feel your emotions, you will discover that even the most intense and upsetting feelings will eventually pass. The trauma from these difficult times will start to fade, and you will be able to find a path forward. Let us know your thoughts on this video, and please subscribe for more content. Thank you.